Hello everyone, welcome to business statistics class. So in the previous video we had studied about the concept of mean deviation and its relative measure, and we had seen how to calculate mean deviation for all kind of datas. So in today's video we will study the next important measure of dispersion, that is standard deviation. Standard deviation is the most commonly used technique. It is because we had seen in range, the range involves only the highest and the lowest value of a given data. So to overcome that, then we had studied about the quartile and quartile deviation. But even in quartile deviation, all the observations are not considered. Only the quartiles, that is Q1, Q2 and Q3 values are considered. And then the next measure that we had studied was mean deviation. Though in mean deviation all the values are considered, mean deviation cannot be used for further mathematical analysis. So to overcome all these drawbacks, the next most convenient method used is standard deviation. So basically standard deviation tells us about the spread of the set of values in a given data, and we can use standard deviation when the data is of the normal distribution. So you guys will be studying what is normal distribution and all in your upcoming classes. So now let us see the definition of standard deviation. Standard deviation is also denoted as ST, and it is denoted by sigma. So this is sigma and is known as standard deviation. So now let's understand the definition. So standard deviation of set of values is the positive square root of mean of the squared deviations of the values from their arithmetic mean. So let us understand this definition step by step. So what is standard deviation? Standard deviation is nothing but sigma. So they have said standard deviation of set of values. So let those values be x1, x2 up to so on till xn. So it is the positive square root of mean. So mean is nothing but summation. We know that mean is summation x upon n. So let us see what is this x over here. So standard deviation is the positive square root of mean of the squared deviation of values from the arithmetic mean. So they have said squared deviation of values from their arithmetic mean. So this is nothing but your standard deviation, and it is denoted by sigma. So let us see the formulas of standard deviation in case of raw and tabulated data. So in case of raw data, the formula is sigma is equal to square root of summation x minus x bar whole square divided by small n. And in case of discrete data, in case of discrete as well as continuous data, the standard deviation is square root of summation f into x minus x bar whole square divided by capital N, where f is your frequency and capital N is your total number of observations or sum of f, and x bar is your arithmetic mean. Also, the square of the standard deviation is known as variance. So therefore the formula for variance is variance of x is equal to sigma square, because sigma is your standard deviation. When you take square of it, it is called as variance. So whenever you take square of this term, so this square and square root get cancelled, so the remaining value is your formula for variance. So that is variance of x is equal to sigma square is equal to summation x minus x bar whole square divided by small in case of raw data, and in case of tabulated data the formula would be summation f into x minus x bar whole square divided by capital N. So these were the formulas for standard deviation. Also there are another set of formulas which can be used for computation of problems. So those formulas are sigma is equal to square root of summation x square divided by n minus summation x upon n whole square for raw data, and in case of tabulated data, sigma is equal to summation fx square divided by capital N minus summation fx square divided by n whole square. So these two datas are obtained from these two formulas. So whenever you simplify this formula, so in numerator it is of the form a minus b whole square. When you expand and you simplify, you get this formula. So similarly in case of this formula, so the steps are not important, but remember the formulas. Also, you can compute for a given problem standard deviation using a method called step deviation method, wherein you're shifting your origin and also you're changing the scale. So that is called as u is equal to x minus a divided by c, where a is your assumed constant value and c is your change in scale. So you will understand about this when we solve the problem, but as of now just understand change in origin means you are either adding or subtracting a constant value from each value in a given set of data, and change in scale means you're either multiplying or dividing a constant term in each value of the given data. So that is known as change in origin or change in scale. So whenever you opt for that method, the formula for standard deviation would be c into standard deviation of u, wherein standard deviation of u is nothing but summation square root of summation u minus u bar whole square divided by n. In place of x you have u, that's it. But the standard deviation formula for x would be you have to multiply whatever you have taken as c. Also variance would be c square into variance of u. So with these formulas, let us see the problems. So the first problem is, following are the heights of 5 children, find the standard deviation. So heights in centimeters is given for 5 children, that is 130, 137, 136, 142 and 135. So we have to calculate standard deviation. So in standard deviation formula, that is sigma is equal to square root of summation x minus x bar whole square divided by n. You can either use this formula or you can use this formula. You will get the same answer. So it is according to your convenience. So here in this problem, since the number of observations is just 5, you can go for the first formula. So here see what all terms are required. So we need x bar, and then we need the value of summation x minus x bar whole square. So let us make a table and then obtain each values. So whatever your given data is your x. So here height in centimeters is your x. So we have written x, and the formula for arithmetic mean is summation x upon n. So when you add these values, you will get summation x as 680. So small n is 5. Therefore, your x bar, that is arithmetic mean, is 680 divided by 5, which is 136 centimeters. So once you get x bar, so then we require x minus x bar. So you can directly calculate this step, or you can make two tables to obtain summation x minus x bar whole square. So what is x minus x bar? So for the first value, x is 130. So your x bar is 136 centimeters. So x minus x bar is 130 minus 136, which is minus 6. So note, in case of mean deviation we had an modulus sign wherein we used to ignore the negative sign, but here there is no modulus sign, so you should write even the negative sign which you will get. So here 130 minus 136 is minus 6, then 137 minus 136 is 1, 136 minus 136 is 0. So similarly calculate for each value of x. So once you get the table of x minus x bar, the next step would be to obtain x minus x bar whole square. So you have to square each values. So minus 6 square is 36, then 1 square is 1. So similarly obtain for all the values, and when you add these values, so you will get the value of summation x minus x bar whole square. So this is your value of summation x minus x bar whole square. So we have got all the terms that are to be used in the formula. So therefore the standard deviation is square root of 74 divided by 5, where 5 is your small n. So therefore when you simplify, we'll get the standard deviation as 3.85 centimeters. So this was by using direct method. So now let us see for the same problem how we can use the shortcut method. So we had seen u is equal to x minus a divided by c. So you can take c whenever it is of the continuous case. So if it is of raw data, you can just take the numerator, that is u is equal to x minus a, where your c will be 1. So therefore the formula for standard deviation is, in place of x you have u, and we have used the second formula, that is sigma is equal to square root of summation x square upon n minus summation x upon n whole square. So this is under square root. So in place of x we have to substitute u. So now let us see how it is solved. So let u is equal to x minus a, where a is 135. So you can choose any convenient value in this range. So there is no rule that you have to choose only 135 or you have to choose 130. You can choose any value. So here we have chosen a as 135 and small c is nothing but 1. So once you choose your a, so x value will be given. So the next table would be finding u is equal to x minus a. So the first value would be 130 minus 135, which is minus 5. Then 137 minus 135 is 37. So similarly calculate all the values. So therefore summation u is nothing but 5, and then calculate u square. So 5 minus 5 square is 25, 2 square is 4. So similarly calculate for all the values and add these values to get the value of summation of u square, which is nothing but 79. So we have got all the required formulas. We got all the required values to substitute in the formula. So here in this method you don't have to calculate the arithmetic mean once again, because this term is nothing but your arithmetic mean, that is summation u by n is your u bar, which is arithmetic mean. So let us substitute the obtained values in the formula. So the first term is summation u square upon n. So we have got summation u square as 79 and small n is 5. Therefore we got standard deviation as square root of 79 divided by 5 minus summation u is 5 and small n is 5. So 5 divided by 5 whole square. So when you simplify, you will get standard deviation as square root of 15.8 minus 1, which is nothing but 3.8. 0.85 centimeters. So you can see in both direct as well as shortcut method we got the same answer. So you can use this method which is convenient for you guys. So let us see the next problem. Calculate standard deviation for the following data. So they have given age in terms of years. So the age are 4, 3, 8, 6, 9, 10, 7, 3, 8, 2. So now let us solve this problem by using the second formula, that is this formula. So what all tables we require is x and we need x square. So we are solving this using direct method. So write down the x values and add these values to get the value of summation x. So summation x is 60. So once you get summation x, the next column would be to find x square. So square these values. So 4 square is 16, 3 square is 9. Similarly find square of each values and add these values to get summation x square value. So here summation x square is 432. So once you obtain the value of summation x and summation x squares, then substitute it in the formula. Therefore sigma is equal to square root of summation x square divided by n minus summation x upon n whole square. So here summation x square is 432 and your small n is 10. So there are 10 observations. So standard deviation is square root of 432 divided by 10 minus summation x is 60. So this term is 60 divided by 10 whole square. So when you simplify, you will get standard deviation as 2.68 years. So in direct method, using this formula, you require only 2 tables. So you can use this method whenever you can use this formula whenever the given numbers are small, so that it will be easy to obtain the x square values and the number of observations are more. So you can use the direct method. So let us see the next problem, which is of the discrete case. So the question is, calculate standard deviation for the following data. So they have given marks. So marks is from 10, 20, 30, 40 and 50 and number of students are 3, 4, 5, 2 and 1. So let us see how to calculate. So the formula for standard deviation is square root of summation fx square divided by capital N minus summation fx divided by capital N whole square. So what all terms we have to find out here is capital N, the value of summation fx square, the value of summation fx. So let us make a table according to the required data. So first we have marks, which is our x. So write down the value of x, that is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So here taking summation x is of no use because we need summation of fx, not just summation of x. So the next table is number of students, which is your frequency, that is f, and add these values to get your capital N, which is 15. So then the next step is calculate x square, because you need x square in this column, which is fx square. So x square is, you have to square each of these values. So x square is 100, 400, 900 up to so on till 2500. And also you don't need the summation of x square value. So once you calculate x square column, the next column is fx. So what is fx? Is nothing but you have to multiply the columns of f and x. That is 3 into 10 is 30, 4 into 20 is 80. So similarly calculate fx for all the values. And the next column is fx square. That is f into x square. That is 3 into 100 is 300. 4 into 400 is 1600. So similarly calculate for all the values. So once you are done with the table, you will obtain summation fx when you add these value and value of summation fx square when you add these values. So once you obtain all the values, substitute it in the formula. So therefore standard deviation is equal to square root of summation fx square, which is 12100 divided by capital N as 15 minus summation of x is 390 divided by 15 whole square. So simplify, we will get the answer as 11.430, which is approximately equal to 11 marks. So standard deviation is also an easy method. So you just have to remember the formulas, and according to your formula create the table and find out the values. So let us see another example of standard deviation in case of discrete data. So the question is, on 60 different days, the data regarding daily sale of pressure cookers in a shop are recorded and tabulated as below. Find the standard deviation. So they have given number of cookers sold and the number of days. So there are 12 cookers sold in one day and 13 and up to so on till 19 cookers. So this is your x and this is your f. So write the formula of standard deviation, which is summation fx square divided by capital N minus summation fx divided by capital N whole square. So this is your x, that is the given data, number of cookers sold, and then the next data is your frequency. Add these frequency to get your capital N. So the next table would be fx, so multiply these two tables, and then the next column would be fx square. So you can make another table of x square and then you can multiply these two tables to get fx square, or you can directly obtain the table of f into x square. That is in your calc. You can first type 12 into 12 into 1. So you will directly obtain at this table, that is fx square. So there is no need of making an extra table. But if you are not okay with this method, then you can make extra table because that won't be confusing. Or else you can go with this, ignoring the step, another table of x square. So you'll get the values of summation fx and summation f of x square. Substitute in the formula. So therefore the standard deviation is square root of 15749 divided by 60 minus 969 divided by 60 square, which is 1.289 cookers. So there won't be 1.289 cookers, which is approximately equal to 1 cooker. So now let us see for the same problem how we can calculate using by the shortcut method. So here you have the table as x and f. Calculate capital N, and next table would be choosing the deviation, that is x minus a. So here we have taken a as 16. You can take any value. So once you have chosen your a value, then find out u, which is x minus a. So here x is 12. So 12 minus 16 is minus 4. So similarly calculate for all values. So the next column would be f into u. So multiply these two values to get fu and square these values and multiply with f. You will get your fu square. So the formula in case of shortcut deviation for standard deviation is square root of summation fu square divided by capital N minus summation fu divided by capital N whole square. So in place of x we just have u, wherein u is equal to x minus a. So therefore standard deviation is equal to square root of 101 divided by 60 minus 9 divided by 60 whole square, which is square root of 1.6608, and you can see we got the same answer, which is 1 cooker. So you can use any method. If they have not mentioned in the question in your exams, you can choose any method which is convenient for you. So you can see here the values are just 4, 3, 2, 1. So you can obtain the squares manually, that is without help of calculators, and also these values also are small, so you can do the calculations orally, so you don't have to use calculators. So that's the reason we have to use shortcut method, and your calculations will be faster compared to the direct method. Now let us see standard deviation in case of continuous data. So the question is, for the following distribution of diastolic blood pressure of men, find the standard deviation and the variance. So here they have given the data for blood pressure of men, which is expressed in terms of mm.Hg, which is millimeter of mercury. So the class intervals are from 78 to 80, 80 to 82, 82 to 84, up to 88 to 90, and corresponding number of months values are given, that is your frequency 315 up to 4. So even in this case you can either choose for the direct method or you can go for the shortcut method. So here I have used the shortcut method. I'll explain how to go for direct method later. So first write down the formula of standard deviation. So since I am using the shortcut method, the formula for standard deviation is sigma is equal to C into square root of summation fu square divided by capital N minus summation fu upon n whole square. So here, so let's make the tables first. So let us write the class intervals first, which is from 78 to 80 up to 88 to 90. The next would be F, frequency. Add these frequencies to get your capital N value, which is 80. So because these are of continuous case, find out the value of X, that is the mid value, which is 78 plus 80 divided by 2, we'll get the value as 79. So similarly calculate mid values for all the values. So once you get your mid value, find out the value of u, where u in case of continuous data is x minus a upon c. Here a, you can choose any value of your convenience. I have taken it as 79, and your c is 2. Even c you can take the value of the width of the class interval. So the width is 80 minus 78, which is 2. So upper limit minus lower limit gives your c value, which is size of the class interval or width of the class interval. So for the given data, your width, that is c, is equal to 2. So now substitute the x value, which is 79 minus 79, which is 0. So for the next value, x is 81. So 81 minus 79 divided by 2, it is 1. So similarly 83 minus 79 divided by 2 is 2. So you have obtained the values of u. So the next step would be to obtain the column of f into u. So multiply these two columns. And once you get a table of fu, the next step would be square these values, that is u square, and multiply with f. So you will get it as fu square. So find out fu square for each value and then add to get the value of summation fu square, and add all these values to get the value of summation fu. So here, for example, for this value u square is 5 square, which is 25. So 25 into 4 is nothing but 100. So we have got fu square. So 5 4s are 20, which is your fu. So this is how you have to calculate for all the values. So you can do it manually. So now once you got all the values, substitute it in the formula. So we know c is equal to 2. So 2 into square root of summation fu square, which is 570, divided by capital N, which is 80, minus summation fu. So fu is 192 divided by capital N, which is 80. So you have to take whole square of it. So sigma is equal to 2 into square root of 7.125 minus 5.76. So simplify, you will get the standard deviation as 2.366 mm.Hg. So now in this question they have even asked you guys to find out the variance. So we know that variance in case of shortcut method is c square into variance of u. So here c square is nothing but 2 square, which is 4, and sigma square. So sigma square is known as variance. So you have to take square of the standard deviation. So the formula is summation fu square divided by capital N minus summation divided by capital N whole square. So the square root symbol won't be there when you take the square. So therefore when you substitute the formula in this, that is without square root, you will get it as 570 divided by 80 minus 192 divided by 80 whole square. So which is nothing but 7.125 minus 5.76, you will get it as 1.365. Therefore variance is 4 into 1.365, which is 5.64 mmHg. So this is about variance. So this we had solved by using step deviation method. So if you want to solve this method by direct method, so the first step would be write the class intervals, write the frequency given, find out the mid value. So till here the steps are same. So for the next table you will be having fx and fx square. So whatever you will get x, multiply with f, you will get the values of fx, and so instead of u will be having fx and you will be having fx square. So square these values and multiply with f, so you will get it as fx square. So find out the values of summation fx and summation f square. So in that case formula would be square root of summation fx square divided by capital N. So instead of u there will be x, and then substitute all the formulas, so you'll get the same answer. So here you can see the value of x are 7981. So you have to square these values, which will be a huge numbers, which you can't do manually in a faster way. So that is why we opt for step deviation method, wherein you can see the values are 1 2 3 4 5. So you can easily square them without using calculators. So it is totally up to you guys for which method you want to opt, and then you can calculate variance according to the value of standard deviation and according to the method used. So in that case variance would be just square of the standard deviation. So also see that we know that variance is nothing but it is square of standard deviation. So when you square this value, that is 2.366 into 2.366, you'll directly get the variance value. But you can use this formula whenever they have just asked you to find out directly the variance. So you have to use this formula in that case. So the properties of standard deviation are: standard deviation is independent of the origin, measurement of the variable but not of the scale. So you can see whenever you have opted for step deviation method, we are multiplying the value of the scale but not of the origin, that is we are nowhere using a value. So we can say standard deviation is independent of origin but not of the scale. And for any set of value, the standard deviation will always be a positive value and it will be always greater than or equal to 0. So standard deviation is always a positive value. It is because we are taking the positive square root. So we are taking square root, so obviously the answer will be a positive value. So this is all about standard deviation. So in the next video we will be seeing the next important concept, that is coefficient of variation. So that's it for today's class. Thank you.